What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fight Talk with me. We're here with the animal, Artiaga, Eric, hiding somewhere in the middle New Mexico in the hyperbolic chamber, getting ready for this next fight, bro. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm in a deep dark hole right now, Jimmy.
Yeah, dude, it looks like you got your little saying going. What do the kids call it nowadays? Aura farming?
Yeah,
Dude, how have you been, man? I appreciate your time.
I've been really good, Jimmy. I've just been, going over ups and downs in this MMA world with injuries and other shit like that. Just waiting to get back in the cage, bro.
Yeah, man. I know that the last time you were signed up for a fight, you had some health issues and you weren't able to make that walk. I know a lot of people have things to say about certain things with when people pull out of fights the week of, the day of, and for different reasons. And I know that you were medically not able to fight. It's not like it was a weight loss thing, correct?
Yeah. First off, I want to say everybody that got to their 2 cents, they could keep it to themselves. At the end of the day, the only ones that I owe an apology to is my opponent, the promoter, and my team because they put in that time for me. Other than that, everybody else, they could go fuck off. And that's respectfully, with all due respect.
Yeah, no, and that was the thing too. Like, I saw you there at the event, and I would just kind of like, hey, how are you doing? Because a lot of people uh don't know all the different things that you had. Like, for you guys to make the walk, to even make the walk, is a lot going on. And so when I get to talk to you guys and find out certain things, I make sure that I let people know, like, hey, like this is an amateur fight. He was not doing well. You know what I mean? It's not worth it for somebody's health, right?
Yeah, so a little bit of briefing on that. I had got down 17 pounds. I was a little off of my diet. It was my first time cutting that much weight. And those are all excuses, Jimmy. But at the end of the day, if you're an MMA fighter, you face them and you either crack or you carry on. And I'm a diabetic. That didn't really help with the weight cut. But I chalked it up with my losses. But I also take that as experience. So this time I'm gonna be fighting up a weight class, weights right on point. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling thick. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to let these hands go. So um, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the honesty too, because it gives people an understanding like, hey, he's a human being, first of all, and then he's dealing with medical issues before, even doing all that stuff. People cut that kind of weight all the time. It's not the biggest weight, it's not the weight thing, just medical conditions and things like that. So I love the fact that you're openly willing to talk about it, because I feel like a lot of times people might just say things or not know anything. And if they have a better understanding, they can at least kind of like, hey, come on guys, like this is just a fight. It's not worth it to
Yeah,
your health issues for the rest of your life, man. But with all
yeah.
that being said, yeah, with all that being said, man, let's talk about this one. I know you've been bulking, motherfucker. You've been looking big as fuck on Instagram, and talk about being able to be able to lift heavy, to have that better diet and not worry about that weight cut, and to bulk up. How have you been recently?
It's amazing, man. Like I said, I really believe keeping that weight on me. I did it for my jiu-jitsu tournament, and you know I had ended up hurting myself in that one. But other than that, I felt strong. I felt good. A lot of those guys weight cut it down to my weight, so they had at least 15, 20 pounds on me. But I'm wrestling and I'm grappling and I'm striking with some fucking monsters here in Silver. Um, we go out to Tularosa, or not Tularosa, Alamogordo, and we go with those guys in Desert Dynasty. Shout
Yeah,
out to those guys. Shout out to Anthony and Richard out there, and the other amateurs out there.
hell yeah.
um, we're preparing for a really good high level guy out of John Dotson's camp. Very respectful. I had seen one of the interviews he had done there on TikTok, which was kind of weird because I don't follow any of his guys, but it had popped up on my For You page. It was a little bit of, I like to see that stuff. It gets me going. Those days where I don't want to keep on, or those days where I'm getting pushed to my absolute worst. I picture him saying what he said. It wasn't anything bad, but to me, that's how I do it in this fight game, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody fights for different reasons. And I love that you say that. Some guys need to hear that kind of stuff. Some people don't even have social media. I'd be talking to people like, "We're having this interview. Where's your Instagram?" I don't have one. I'm like, "Well, what the hell?" They're like things like that. But there's other guys that just that they love hearing that feedback from the opponent. Sometimes they just kind of like there's sometimes what I've seen, there's like sometimes there's that understanding of like, hey, let's get this fight going. Let's get people talking about it. Because at the end of the day, like a lot of guys miss on this, and I tell them, like, guys, you want people to remember you for different reasons. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to just see just another guy. You want to be able to make that little bit of impact. Be like, oh, Artiaga said that fool said this, nothing dick, but that fool wanted to go in there and make it personal now.
Yeah, and I don't know. That first fight with Daniel, we had went back and forth, and it was good, man. But I gave him his respect. He won. He beat me fair and square. I still don't like the guy personally. Fuck him. But as a fighter, I went in there. We went to war. He handled business. I chalked it up as a loss. I saw what I needed to work on, and this next fight, we're gonna see what I worked on, man. I feel way better. I have not stopped training. When I had my forearm break, I kept the cast on for 2 weeks, and I cut that motherfucker off with a sawzall. So, you can't stop me, bro.
Yeah,
The
man.
persistence is there for me.
Yeah.
I'm not the best, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, but I sure as hell show up every day, and I try to give my 110%, and constantly trying to learn.
Yeah, man.
Constantly thinking about adapting in this game.
Yeah, man. I love that you say that too, and talking about all the adversity you faced in the recent year. What have you learned about yourself on the mental side? I feel I've gotten to have conversations with other athletes that run into injury issues, and talk about the mental side and what you've learned about yourself going through these challenges.
There's there was a lot of downs, man. There was a lot of downs. But what had really built me is my childhood and my experiences going up from the childhood that really made me or break me. And they didn't break me when I was a kid. Um, we could go a little bit into the backstory. I'm not gonna give this guy too much credit, but my mom's husband, that dude that beat me up like a man when I was like 8 or 9. I shout out to that fool. That fool gave me the chin I got. That's why I walk in there with my fucking chin out and seeing if somebody's gonna put me to sleep, because it hasn't happened yet. Um, but yeah, man, the childhood has definitely made me who I am. So every time I chalk that loss up, I'll have a down day, but the other side of me says, "Fuck it, bro. How you gonna handle this adversity? How you gonna take it?" And I want my life to be a fucking story I could tell to my grandkids and my kids, where they're like, "Tata, why are you such a big, strong, experienced guy?" And the only way you could be those things is you constantly putting yourself in war,
Yeah.
and that could be physically, mentally, spiritually. I want to be able to do all these things in life, so I have these experiences to teach others.
I love that, man. I love that too. With the way you come off when it talks about fighting, I like it because you're like you're like you're like a what I like to say is like you're a crowd fighter. You know what I mean? Like that there's a lot of guys and girls that fight for different reasons and they just want to get that W, whatever. There's other guys that are just doing things specifically, but there's guys like you who like I'm going in there to get like I am going in there to war. Like you guys are gonna see some entertainment. I'm going in there to give it all. You know what I mean? And I love that kind of stuff because people look forward to those kind of fights. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, Artiaga's fighting. Oh shit, here we go. You know what I mean? That's the kind
And
of stuff that I want to see.
yeah, and it's been a long time, so like I don't care about people remembering my name, but I want the fighter that's sitting across from me. I want him to shit bricks a little bit. So how do I do that? I gotta create chaos at all times. I gotta put my pedal to the metal and stand and bang and walk him down. This guy's gonna be a little bit taller than me. He got some good fucking style. I like the style, bro. But I'm gonna just try to walk him down, do what I do, hit him with some good shit, get hit with some good shit because I want to feel a little bit of pain, and then we go that way. I don't do this for wins or losses, Jimmy. I really don't. I think even if you win, you still lose in some way because you toot your own horn. I don't want to toot my own horn. I just want to put the pride on my chest, and I want people to be like, damn, that motherfucker's tough.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I used to say that all the time when I used to play high level roller hockey. And obviously, I'm a small guy, but every time I played, I made it a point they're like, "Damn, that little fucker's hard, man. That guy was skating hard." I always wanted people to be like, "Damn, that guy tried his hardest. He fucking made us work." I love hearing that kind of shit, dude.
Yeah. And that's how we're built, man. And I'm blessed to be, on the shorter side, because I think if I was taller, I'd be a little bit more lenient. But I
Uh-huh.
had some big brothers, man, and the fuckers made me stand like I was 6 feet tall. So when I was 4 foot, I was walking around like I was 6 foot, and no one could tell me otherwise.
Yeah. I love it, man. With all that being said, man, I'm excited to see you fight at APFC, man. I think it's a great opportunity for your second fight. I mean, a lot of people in this area already know who you are. And for you to get an opportunity on a stage like that, I'm excited for you. And I look forward to hopefully being there cage side to see you out there and do your thing, man.
Hell yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
then I wanted to throw a little sneak peek. My oldest brother, the Reaper, 205. You guys better watch out because he's coming. That's all I gotta
Southwest?
say. And
Southwest?
yeah, it's there, KFL, wherever we're gonna go. Uh, we should be debuting or he should be debuting while I'm on the card. Hopefully, that's the plan. But if you think I'm crazy, that motherfucker is 10 times crazy. He taught me everything I know, Jimmy. So if you like the way I am, you're definitely gonna like the way he is.
Hey, that's dope, man. Well, I look forward to this version 2.0 review, man. I've kept up with you. I've crossed paths with you. It's always been casual and I respect the fuck out of you and we're building some good relationship as far as well, we work together and keeping up with what's going on in the Southwest, man, but I do appreciate your time, brother.
It's always a pleasure, Jimmy. I appreciate your time. I just want to throw a couple shout outs.
Yeah, go for it.
Independent Ink. Get your ink here in Silver City. That's where you go. Jerry Fieto and the guys and girls there. They're all badasses. Solano Motorcycle Club. Them motherfuckers are always riding their bikes, nice Harleys. They got a little flow to them, badass shit. I got Fight Like a Girl. It's a female organization to empower women against domestic violence and also, kids and adolescents. We're going to be doing some things with them, teaching
Awesome.
the youth. Um, who else do I got? I got my gym, Silver Barbell, Jason. Shout out to Jason. That gym right there is very aesthetic for the younger folk. For me, I like to pump iron, and it's a very dark place, and it's very hot in there, so I feel like I get a good workout. And then last but not least, my homie Victor Oaxaca. He runs Built Different Crew. That's where I got into lifting a couple years back. That motherfucker's empowerment here in Silver City. So shout out to all those guys. Shout out to Jimmy Dukes, Combat as well. I appreciate you, brother. I got a lot of respect for you. Thank you for having me on.
For sure, man. We've had that first conversation when you had your first fight at KFL, and we've kind of just always kept in touch since then, man. So I do appreciate your friendship as well, man. Really respectable guy, man, and I appreciate all the kind words, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Hell yeah, man.
Shout out to my team too, Punishers MMA. We're not
Hey,
stopping, man. We're not stopping.
hell yeah, man. It's going down. APFC, man. 21 November 23rd. Artiaga set up for some war, man. I look forward to seeing you out there, man. Safe training, weight cut, all that good stuff, and I'll see you up at the weigh-ins, brother.
Sounds good, brother.
Hell yeah. Make sure you guys keep up with us. Jimmy Dukes Combat on Instagram, Jimmy Dukes Rodriguez YouTube channel. We're talking all different combat athletes in the Southwest. But until next time, we'll see you guys at the fights. Peace.